Okay, let's take a look at some factoring by grouping enrichment examples. In this first one, let's divide it into two groups. In the first group, they're both divisible by x squared, and that would leave me with x plus 4 inside the parentheses. In the second group, both are divisible by 8, which would leave me with x plus 1 inside the parentheses. Do you see how these parentheses don't match? I cannot factor by grouping using that method then. So what I'm going to try to do is just reorder some of the terms. I'm going to put the x cubed and the 8 in a group together, and I'm going to put the 4x squared and the 8x in a group together. Now, why would I put the x cubed and the 8 in a group together? Well, those are both perfect cubes, right? So I can use my sum of cubes rule to factor this. Remember, my sum of cubes rule is a plus b times a squared minus ab plus b squared. So x cubed is a perfect cube of x. So everywhere I see an a, I'm going to replace it with x. And 8 is a perfect cube of 2. So everywhere I see a b in this rule, I'm going to replace it with 2. So I'm going to have x plus 2 times x squared minus, this would be x times 2 or 2x, plus b squared, which if I do 2 squared, that would leave me with 4. Now in the second group, what factoring technique can I use? Here I can use Gcf Factoring, where I can factor out a 4x. And what would be left inside the parentheses? X plus 2. Now look at those two terms that I have. In both of these terms, what do they have in common? They both have x plus 2 in common. So if I factor out a GCF of x plus 2, what would be left in the first term? X squared minus 2x plus 4. And in the second group, if I factor out the x plus 2, what would be left? 4x. So really, I'd have x plus 2 times the quantity x squared. This is going to be plus 2x plus 4. And there we go. Can I factor x squared plus 2x plus 4 anymore? X times x is x squared. And the only things that multiply to give me 4 would be 2 and 2, which would not give me a positive 2x in the middle, or 4 and 1, which again, that's not going to get me to a positive 2x in the middle. So that's it. I would say that the factorization is this right here. Okay, going over to the second example, rather than doing 2 by 2 grouping this time, I'm going to do something called 3 by 1 grouping, where we clump 3 terms together and then 1 term by itself. Let's factor the 3 terms. X squared plus 2x plus 1. How could I factor that? That would be x plus 1 times x plus 1. Or we can write this as x plus 1 squared. This is a difference of 2 squares. So remember, our difference of 2 squares rule is a plus b, a minus b. Right, I'll highlight that. So really, I'm thinking about this like it's my a squared minus b squared, right? What would a be in this case? A is x plus 1, and my b value is y. So if I was going to factor this, I could do a plus b, right? A minus b. So I have a, which is x plus 1, plus b, which is y, and a minus b. There you go. That would be a way that we could factor that expression.